denied their leadership and executed a rogue hostage rescue mission.
Hi guys,
welcome back again to the channel. Today we are really excited to be checking yet another video with you guys. But if you're new here, please consider liking, subscribing. So let's dive right into today's reaction.
Monday, September 19th, 2005. Two British operatives conducting covert surveillance in the hostile city of Basra, Iraq, are taken prisoner of war after being compromised by a group of corrupt Iraqi police following a tense shootout.
Wait, they took the SAS soldiers as hostage. That's a big mistake to start off with. That's a big mistake. What?
They are going to learn the hard way.
Okay.
During car chase, but little did their captors know that the two men were special operators of the British Army's Tier 1 unit, the 22nd
Ignorance ain't any excuse at the end of the day.
SAS, unleashing a hellish response from their pissed off teammates. And after being given explicit orders to stand down, the SAS unit denied their leadership and executed a rogue hostage rescue mission.
What?
We ordered them to stand down,
Yeah.
but they still refused and went to rescue their teammates.
That's a British flag. Wow. Group SAS special offensive. Rescue. Up to 2005.
2 years following the invasion of Iraq, and 1 year despite the capture of Saddam Hussein, in 2005, Iraq was becoming as hostile as ever, and the small southern city of Basra was no exception. As September 5th of that same year, 2 British soldiers would be killed in Basra by a roadside IED, and only 2 days later, on September 7th, 16 Basran civilians would perish following a car bomb. Given this cluster of violence,
Wait, what happened? Like the two SAS soldiers killed.
No, I think this was 2 years before the
before
event.
that time. Yeah, I'm just asking, like, what happened that led to that situation, and what did the British do about that?
I guess that's what we're going to be able to find.
U.S. and coalition forces began to zero in on Basra and quickly learned the city was run by an incompetent and corrupt police chief linked to the Mahdi terror cell, who British SBS and SRR commandos targeted during a critical counterinsurgency campaign. This police chief was a crucial link for the notorious British intelligence agency, MI6, who quickly chartered a mission dubbed Operation Hathor, of which they assigned 2 special operators from the Tier 1 unit, the 22nd SAS, the British equivalent of Delta Force. Their objective, to keep eyes and ears on the police chief within the city.
Why is it that, right, every single time that innocents perish, there's always a corrupt officer or police involved? Why? Right now, it's not even just a normal officer, a chief police officer. Come on, guys. It's getting too rampant and too out of hand. Why? Every single time. Sorry for that pause.
The city of Basra. These special operators, Campbell and Griffith, were to dress in native garbs and fully embed themselves within the city. Their mission was to gather intelligence and perform a rep by tailing the chief and his officers while operating an inconspicuous Iraqi taxicab. And by September 19, the mission was a go. Campbell and Griffith entered the city of Basra and positively ID'd the chief. However, during their tail, the two were forced to merge into an Iraqi checkpoint. The men attempted to skate through, but the officers, recognizing their British accents, quickly became hostile. The officers ordered the operators out of the car, at which point Campbell and Griffith simultaneously opened fire, killing 2 officers at the checkpoint. They hit the gas and made a run for the city, but their gutless taxicab made evasion nearly impossible. They hopped out on foot and were quickly cornered by an angry mob and taken into custody by police.
What? At this point, I feel like they're going to kill them.
Yeah.
Basra police sent photographs of Campbell and Griffith to a popular Iraqi news outlet, celebrating their capture. Meanwhile, the bureaucrats back in London were taken by surprise and slow to act. However, in the city of Baghdad, news reached the SAS's Special Forces Support Group in the form of a TV broadcast depicting the men beaten and subdued, and in queue for capital punishment. The SAS team took immediate action. 20 operators of A Squadron hightailed it to Basra and began plotting out a sophisticated rescue mission. SAS operators closer to the region, on the outskirts of Basra, vectored a Predator UAV and began maintaining 24-hour surveillance on the prison. Meanwhile, British infantry and armored units were dispatched to surround the prison.
Wow.
And an irate gathering of locals ensued. The protesters, fueled by anti-coalition sentiments, grew increasingly agitated, and the British government took advantage of the chaos by authorizing the immediate rescue of the operators inside. As the SAS teams from Baghdad arrived in the area of Basra and began their loadout, the protesters' agitations quickly turned to violence. The crowds pelted the British forces with stones and Molotov cocktails, resulting in a Warrior IFV catching on fire and causing injuries to 3 soldiers. And with resistance from both protesters and militants, the streets of Basra quickly turned into a battleground.
Yeah.
With Global, you order anything you want, and when you receive it, you
That
celebrate
escalated
it
just
because
so
Yeah,
quick.
so
Chicken
fast.
is here.
Fearing further escalations, the British government issued immediate orders for the SAS to stand down and the infantrymen to retreat, leaving Campbell and Griffith stranded and in the hands of the Basra police. And with time running out, the pair fought to keep themselves alive by giving their captors just enough information without compromising any real secrets, a skill set SAS operators obtained as far back as selection. Meanwhile, the British government began to take a more diplomatic approach in their recovery, after sending 2 British officers to the prison to deliver an ultimatum. Their mission took an unexpected turn when they too were captured and held within the confines of the prison.
Wow.
And to
What?
make matters worse, simultaneously, the Iraqi police opted to hand over Campbell and Griffiths to the Iraqi militia. They were disguised once again in local garbs and then placed in the trunk of a police car destined for a nearby safe house. Unbeknownst to the Iraqi authorities, the UAV overhead tracked the relocation, concerned that their fellow operators might face execution at the hands of the Iraqi militia. The SAS, against explicit orders to stand down, defied their command and decided to take matters into their own hands.
That's what I'm talking about.
Intense. Really intense.
The British government authorized conventional forces to conduct a raid on the police station and free the captured officers. The SAS took advantage of this window and conducted a simultaneous raid of their own on the safe house. And by 9 p.m., Warrior IFVs and Challenger tanks breached the prison walls, enabling infantry units and a select few SAS operators from A Squadron to stage a swift rescue of the officers, as the remainder of A Squadron launched their assault on the safe house. The team flooded the building through numerous entry points, imposing textbook hostage rescue tactics, disorienting the captors and controlling the violence. As they made their way through the compound, Campbell and Griffith were nowhere in sight, leading the team to fear that the pair were moved once again. However, a further sweep into the compound revealed Campbell and Griffith handcuffed in a bathroom and still alive.
Okay. I was really getting scared.
Me too. Wow.
The team provided medical attention and extracted the men from the compound. By all accounts, the mission unfolded seamlessly and without a hitch, including the infantry assault and rescue of the British officers within the Basra prison. Eyewitness reports claimed over 150 prisoners escaped during the assault, many of whom
Wow.
were falsely imprisoned. Calls were made for a thorough investigation into both Griffith and Campbell's capture and the subsequent events which followed. The Ministry of Defense initially attempted to deny that the unauthorized rescue mission ever took place, but later retroactively sanctioned the mission, arguably due to its success. 1 year later, on December 25th of 2006, as part of Operation Sinbad, British troops from the 1st Battalion, the Staffordshire Regiment, raided the Basra police station once again, killing 7 armed Shia militants and freeing 127 prisoners, illegally detained and on the path to execution. They then demolished the prison entirely.
There's just a lot of corruption going on.
The SAS stayed true to and exemplified their motto. Hey guys, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that subscribe button. There's a lot more mini docs in the works, and you don't want to miss them. And also be sure to cop new merch at ethosthreads.com. Very long.
We have new merch. Wow, you guys, the story actually left me cold, to be honest, because at some point I was thinking, okay, how are they going to rescue them? Because judging from the number of the militants and the police officers, it seems impossible, but to see that it was actually very successful, that's a lot.
There is something about this video, so I don't know, many of you might not have paid attention to it though, but police arrest prisoners, right? 2 things are to be done. Take them to court. After court ruling, take them to where? Jail or prison, or whichever term is used. But you could hear in this video that they were being prepared to be taken for execution.
Because I know the SAS wouldn't have intervened if the right measure
would have been done.
If they were taken to court, found guilty and to execution, I don't think they will intervene in such
Do you understand?
situation. But I think it was illegal. Even when the first set was rescued, you could notice, and they said the ERIK
150
took in firstly, like, just to bring back the prisoners.
Yeah.
People that was in the cell before and people that was not were, brought back there, which is actually very bad.
No.
But a big shout out to the SAS, because they took matters into their hands, because it felt like they were running out of time.
Yeah.
In the sense that they were going to take their fellow man for execution.
And everything like that. And at the same time, you should also I understand the position in which the British government were actually taking. They were trying to follow I think they were trying to follow the diplomatic measures first. But in some situations, diplomacy goes out the window. Action.
And that's what the SAS
Yes.
did.
Action is required. Kudos to every SAS operator that actually, moved decisively and rescued their fellow colleagues.
Yeah.
You guys are the real deal.
It's actually very impressive.
Yeah.
I'm shocked. Now I'll see where all these trainings are going to, because these buildings aren't even like spacious.
They don't have the blueprint.
Yes,
I'm very sure they don't have the blueprint. They don't stay there. But you see the way they operated, they executed this. They even disoriented
the whole place.
The owner of the building. Like, these are their homes. But them that are outside that came in made the people that are owners of the house confused, disoriented.
Wow.
No, that is impressive.
Let us know what you think about this video down below. Do not forget to like, subscribe to the channel. We love you guys, and bye.